Oh hello, welcome back to a brand new video. I am here to do my end of year review goal setting video. This is the 6th one. If you've been with me for the past 5-6 years, let me know in the comments below. But if you don't know, I do these videos every single year. I react to the goals that I did in the previous year and I set some goals for the year going forward. Like I say, I've done this every single year. It's always so fun because I always forget what goals I've set, and yeah, I've forgotten already what I set myself last year, so this will be really interesting. If you've never seen a video from me before, hi, my name is Emily. I am an illustrator. I run a small business, Emily Harvey Art. It's a stationery business. I also sell enamel pins inspired by fairy tales and all that lovely stuff. I have been documenting my time here building this business since 2019, so you can go back and watch all of the videos. Please do, would mean the world. There's a lot that's happened in that time. I started with a 3-month-old baby. I almost have a 6-year-old, so there's a lot that's been happening. If you want to go back and watch those vlogs, I will link them below. If that seems quite a daunting task, which I can imagine it is, and you just want to watch these goal setting videos, because there's 6 of them now, you could go back and watch them. I've put them in a playlist. I will put it on the screen so you can see what it looks like, but you could go back and watch those 6 videos, which kind of highlights the years, and could be really fun to watch back. So how it's going to work, I have my laptop here like I always do. I have the video from last year all lined up. I'm going to pop my headphones in and we are going to watch it together to see if I actually achieved any goals this year. The goals I set myself at the start of 2024, yeah. Let's see if I actually achieved them. Right, I've popped my AirPods in and the video is all lined up. I'm going to pop it on screen now so you can watch it along with me, and let's watch it together. So I have a few goals for 2024. I feel like a lot of them are the same as last year, but I feel like I've learned so much in this past year that I feel like I can achieve them this time. Does that make sense? So the first one is Kickstarter. We're going to do another one. I know last year, this year I wanted to do 2 and my cushion one didn't work out. Oh my gosh, yeah. So 2 years ago I wanted to do a cushion. The Kickstarter is like my thing, I love it. I wanted to do this cushion, and at that point I was in a studio, a big studio, and then as I'm filming this video a year ago, I just moved back home. So this is like a back bedroom of my house, and the cushion Kickstarter had to be put to the back seat. I'm going to do one Kickstarter this year. It's going to be in February, because I feel like February is a lucky month for me with the last one doing so well. I really want to do a plaque, a hanging plaque, similar to like what I have here on my desk. And it's just this idea of having something in your workspace that we all have and can look at, and it connects us all, similar to what the cushion was going to do. However, a plaque is easier for me to store here. Originally I wanted it to be big, but sadly that's not going to be possible. So it's going to be a little plaque like that, held up with a chain that you can display. Oh my days. So I actually pointed to over here in that video because this is where I have my like corkboard of inspiration and things, and I'm just gonna head over here to grab my gorgeous plaque. And as you can see on that video, it is exactly how I intended it to be. And I did it. I did it. I haven't thought about that, but this makes me emotional. You dream up these like big things, the big Kickstarters and stuff, and then you work really hard and they happen and you pack them up and you kind of forget to be in the moment, to be like, hang on, you had this goal and you achieved it. That's why these videos are so special, because I've looked at this throughout the year and I've been proud of it, but like remembering how much I wanted to do it and how it's just here, I did it. It's just so magical. That Kickstarter ran throughout the month of February. It was a huge success. I did a plaque, I did like 7 pins, a bullet journal. It was just mega. And I just want to thank everybody who has a plaque, who made it possible. I have like 2 left. I sold out of all of them. And so I'm going to try and get some more in because I just love them and I'm just really proud of it. Really proud. Play in your workspace or wherever. And my patrons helped me design it and it's really beautiful. Like I always want to kind of push what's possible and try things I haven't seen before. I haven't seen anyone kind of do this before. I'm really excited about it. To me, it feels like what a Kickstarter should be. This is a project I definitely couldn't fund on my own, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know how it's gonna go. That was a real fear. I was really worried that people just wouldn't be bothered. Like it's one of those where I hadn't seen it be done before, so people either got it or maybe were just like, oh, I don't get it. And the Kickstarter did really well, but recently I've been, and I'll talk about it in a bit, but I've been going to lots of events, and the plaques have done incredible at events. I think people seeing them, oh, it's just been amazing. So yeah, I love it. It's a hard one, but it's so it's going to be the plaque, and then I have pins that I have designed. I have 7 pins I've designed, which will be stretch goals depending on if the plaque gets funded. So that is my first goal, is to do a Kickstarter in February, for it to be, you know me, like I like them to be big. It feels like a performance. I know that sounds really weird, but like I love doing freebies, I love doing add-ons, I love doing like the more people that join, like the more freebies you get. Like I just love the community aspect of it. I hope it goes amazingly well, because Kickstarters, it gives me products for the whole year. That the mini pin Kickstarter I did at the start of the year, I still have those on the shelf, and I'm so grateful. I still have mini pins on my shelf because of Kickstarter, and that is what is so magical. In terms of like numbers with Kickstarter, it's not the biggest Kickstarter I've ever done. It was way up there. I raised just shy of £9,000, 228 backers. It was almost 600% funded, so it was one of the best Kickstarters I've ever done, and just the joy, loved it. So that is my first one, Kickstarter. The next one is extremely exciting. I say it's a goal, but it's happening. I just hope it goes very, very well. But we have our first Patreon event, meetup, in-person event this year, and it's coming soon, like very, very, very soon. And yeah, we did this. I'm crying. Why am I crying? This was the highlight of my year. I have been building a Patreon community since 2019. I've had over 1,000 people come through the doors of this online community this little community I've built, and I am so proud of it. It's just made up of the most wonderful people, and some of my most dearest friends have come from this online community. And I've also seen friendships form from this small business community. Like there's a group of girls who actually just met up over Christmas, and one of them's getting married, Kelly's getting married, and they're all going to be bridesmaids, and they've come together, you know, thanks to online communities like the one we've built. So in March I planned an event, an in-person event in Manchester. People travelled from all over the country to come together to spend an afternoon together. People flew in from America. It was just pure joy, pure joy. I wish I could do it every year. The reason I can't do it every year is because I don't want people to feel like it's a lot of money to come, to travel, to things like that. And if I say to my Patreon community all the time, if I won the lottery, I would do it every year and pay for everyone to come. But it was gorgeous. It was just a gorgeous, gorgeous event, and I just want to say thank you to everybody that came. Everybody, I just loved it. I loved it. I can't believe it's nearly been a year since we did it, and I'm very excited about it. It's not something I'll do every year because it's a lot of it's a lot of work. But to celebrate our 5th year on Patreon, I'm so excited for this event, and to everyone that's coming. We have people traveling from America to come to this event. Like, it feels really, really special, and I'm really, really, really excited. So I'm hoping by the time you watch this, Emily, at the end of the year, you can show pictures of the event. Well, yeah, I can. Past Emily, I'll just put a few pictures up on the screen. There was hundreds of pictures taken. I can't share them all, but joy, just pure joy. And how amazing it went, and just the joy of the event. The next one I've put is events, but it's the same as last year. I just want to do some more events, so I'm already doing Stationery Fest, I'm signed up for that again, and Magical Market is happening again. I haven't been accepted, but yes, we did Magical Market, we did Stationery Fest. I actually did I think it works out to 8 events I did this year. I really feel like I put myself out there this year, did events, and it was really successful. And I am really proud of my display and how the brand comes across at events now. It's been a really good year for doing events. I am going to apply for more events, and I really hope I get approved this year. I just need to work my butt off and make sure. I just need to get myself in the room. Get myself in the room, I'll be fine. That's how it was with Magical Market. I was turned down and then I was given the okay, and that's it then. It's become my favourite thing. So I've just put events. So we'll see at the end of the year what that means. I just hope I'm busy. Yes, we were busy. 2025 is going to be the year where I apply for more events, more bigger events, ones that I haven't been accepted for before. As of right now, I have 3 markets events that I've been accepted on in the first half of the year. So it's already going to be busy, and I'm very excited with lots of things happening. Next one, I would like to have August off again. I absolutely loved it, like I said before. I have a holiday booked in August, and I just need that time to recharge. I just think it's a great goal to have. Like, having time off is a goal. Like, find yourself a business that brings you so much joy, but you also know you need time away from it to make it better. I did this. I had the whole of August off social media. I carried on working in August, kind of. So Luca was off school, so I couldn't do my normal hours, but I definitely didn't post on Instagram, YouTube, any of that, and I had a real break. I went on my holiday for 2 weeks, which was just heavenly. I came back in the September, like raring to go. I absolutely love having time off in August. I feel like it's a quiet time for me in the shop, and I tend to do like a big summer sale just before, which kind of helps fund August. I really recommend people have time away, and if you plan it properly, it doesn't have to affect your income at all. So yeah, I'm so glad I did that. Hopefully I can again show you pictures of my holiday in August and my time away from social media. Past me asked, so I'll put a few on screen. Here are some of the pictures that I took during our time off in August. I do have a personal Instagram, so I was still kind of uploading pictures to that, but in terms of business, I was completely off social media in August. Next one, wholesale / shops. I have been applying to be in shops for the past few weeks. Not pop-up shops, these are actual shops, and my goal this year is to send out products to some of my favourite shops to see if I can be stocked in them. I just know, like, I've got so many lovely products and it all looks really nice together. I could send out like a box of like a sample of goodies to a shop and say like, I would love to be stocked with you, and I could send like 20 of those out and like 3 of them could come back and say yes, you know. I didn't achieve this goal. So I had really good intentions at the start of this year I really wanted to be stocked in 10 shops. And I started the year, I went all in. I like applied to loads of shops and I really went for it. Within the first 1 or 2 months, I was in a few shops. I did it. What I found pretty quickly was that you either have shops buying your products on fair or you rent space in a shop. When I was applying, I found that lots of shops offered the space rental. And very quickly I found, because like I say, my products look really nice together and all cohesive and everything, shops were saying yes to me. Like, I was getting yeses left, right and centre. It was incredible. But they all wanted me to rent space, and because I was desperate and I'd set this goal of being in 10 shops, I jumped at it and was throwing money out without actually thinking about, right, this is how much you would have to sell to make a profit there. I just wanted to be in 10 shops. Now, I'm glad I thought that way because it put myself out there. But very quickly I found that you don't thrive in every shop, you know? And there were some shops where I was paying money monthly and I wasn't making anything back. There was one shop I was in, I sold in the sort of 6 months I was there, potentially, I sold a few stickers and that was it. So, as of right now, I'm stocked in 3 shops. I'm stocked in the Lost Cauldron, which is my only stockist. They're the only stockist that buys my products on fair. They've done 3 or 4 orders this year for pins, and I send them products and they buy more as they sell out, which is the dream scenario. So Lost Cauldron, I love you. You are my dream shop. The other shops that I'm currently in are Flutter and Fern, which is in Carlisle, a gorgeous little shop. And I'm also in Design 44 in Derby. Now those two shops, Flutter and Fern's a bit different. I don't pay to rent space, but they take a cut of money I make. Again, that's a lovely shop. Lovely dream little shop. I think it's beautiful. Design 44 is one that I'm looking into because I pay quite a lot of money to be in there and I rent shelf space and I'm not actually making a profit in that shop. So it's actually lovely to have a presence there, but I'm not making any profit. So you have to factor in, is the having yourself in a shop worth the loss you make every month? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. So I was in a few other shops, but I've already pulled out of them because the loss was very high every month. Design 44, I actually think I'm just breaking even. 2025 will be very different in that I'm gonna do a whole like overhaul of this, but I would say I achieved my goal of doing more wholesale and I definitely have done that, but the goal kind of changed when I realised that what I wanted to achieve was be in 10 shops and have them buy stock from me, and that wasn't happening. Does that make sense? So if you know of any shops that you think I would do well in, please let me know. So a couple of numbers. I've set myself the same goal as last year of 150 sales because I didn't quite reach it last year. I had 100. I forgot that I set myself some number goals. So I wanted to reach 150 sales on average a month. I actually don't know how many sales I've had in this year so far, so let's have a look together. I've had 1,683 shop sales. Now this includes events, my shops that I'm in. I've added them all together. So 1,683, I know I haven't reached it, divided by 12. Oh, I'm close. 140 sales a month. That's what I'm averaging. That's incredible to say that I have August off. So should we do it based on 11 months? If I do it off 11 months, bearing in mind I have August off, I'm at 153. So I'm gonna say I've done that. It's taken me, I feel like my 150 has been my goal now for 2 or 3 years. And oh, I'm so proud that my little lilac shop's doing that now. Oh, that feels good. So I wanna hit 150, but like smash it. That is my goal for this year, 150 sales a month. And I'm also setting the goal again of 400 patrons. I can do this. I set this goal every single year and I'm gonna stop because I just don't think I'll ever reach that again. As of today, I'm at about 330. Yeah, 330 patrons. I did reach 400 back at the height of COVID, but that was a different time and I fluctuate, so I'm averaging about 350, so December's like the quietest time on Patreon as people are sort of winding down, but January we'll see people joining for me for the year. Look, I'd love to hit 400 patrons again, but after I did my event in March, I realised that numbers do not matter. I could have 5 patrons. It's the people that make up the Patreon community. So I didn't hit my 400 sadly. I did have almost 200 new people join this year, but I also had 200 people leave, so we haven't actually grown at all this year in terms of numbers. But I'm still really proud of what I've built. I have over 1,000 members, including free members, so we do have lots of people. Like, we're 5 years into this now, and to stay consistently above 300 patrons for 5 years, I think that's pretty special. There's thousands and thousands and millions of people out there that want to do their own business but don't know where to start. And I have so much footage and content and video library. I do still agree with this. I do agree that I have something really special. I just don't think I market it very well. You know, like if I listed all the guest speakers and the videos you could go back and watch on Pinterest, on Instagram, like teaching you all things from experts, I need to do that. I need to show more like what. If you signed up for my Patreon for a year, I think it's less than £50. But you would get 12 months, like 2025, you'd get 12 months worth of like masterclasses and live tutorials and Zoom calls and podcast episodes and downloads, and you'd also get access to 5 years worth of the past stuff for £50. That's a steal, and I need to be more confident and I need to promote it better. 1000%. I really wish Patreon did like a referral scheme, because if I just asked my patrons and was like, here's a referral link, if you can help share, and like if you help someone sign up, you would get a cut. That would help me massively as well. Patreon, you need to get on that, please. Thank you. Pinterest, how to, like, we've done it all, and I need to promote it better, make sure people can find it, and also encourage patrons that have seen value in it, come up with a way to, so that they can help promote it. Like, I really wish Patreon did like an affiliate thing or a way for my current patrons to promote. That's funny. I forgot I said that a year ago, and I still wish Patreon did that. We're gonna grow next year. If I don't hit 400, I want to be growing. I want it to be better than it was last year. So no, we haven't grown at all. I actually think we've decreased in size, but we've had a good year. It's still thriving. The next one is YouTube growth. I have a love-hate thing with YouTube. I love documenting things here. I love it. But I think when I left the studio and moved back home, I really struggled to film content because I just felt rubbish in here. Just felt like, why would you want to watch this? Why would you want to watch somebody who works their way up to the dream studio to then come back into here? Like, why would you want to watch that? I don't know how well I've done with this year. I still struggle with YouTube. All the things I struggled with last Christmas, I feel like I'm struggling now, but I am really determined to get better at it. Is 2025 the year? I think I have to accept that my views are not going to be high. I'm not going to see much growth on YouTube, but I need to document for the 1,000 people that watch and turn up for every video I post, you know? Not every video has to do amazingly well. You just have to make content for, like, if I put 1,000 people in a room watching my videos, that would be insane. And that's why I have to remember when I upload a video that don't have to compare yourself to other people. I've got gorgeous friends who make gorgeous vlogs, and their views are much higher because they're better. They are better. I have things that I'm really good at, and I need to focus on those things, you know? So I'm just saying, I'm just reiterating the same things I said last year. I just need to not forget it. That's what I need to do. By the end of the year, YouTube will have grown this year, and it will be more consistent. I will enjoy making the content. It'll be fab. I'm putting it out into the universe. It will be fab. So I don't know if it's fab. I actually don't know if I've grown. I don't think I have. But 2025 is the year. I'm putting it out there. And then the final goal, which I didn't think was gonna be a goal because I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. But I would really like to work with some brands in 2024. I have no desires to be an influencer. I've got no desires to sell you products that I wouldn't buy. So I think I achieved that this year. I haven't really done much brand work only because nothing's come in, but I've been open to the idea of it. I still get offered loads of things, but my rule is if I wouldn't buy it myself, I'm not gonna promote it to you. Now that has limited me, I think, because it means I'm not open to trying new things. But I just don't feel comfortable like being gifted something that's worth like £1,000 and then asking you to buy it. I just really struggle with it, and I sure couldn't afford £1,000 to spend on something. So I have been very kind of mindful, but I also have worked on some really fun projects this year. Kind of the biggest one I did was I got to work with Photoshop this year on a paid ad. Like, I do everything I've done before that has been gifted things. So when Photoshop wanted to pay me to promote a product that I use every single day, that was a pretty dream come true. I think I need to get more confident in charging my worth. I don't know what that is yet, and I think as I work on more things, I have to remember that my voice and the community I've built, brands are wanting to access that, and that is worth something. And I think when Photoshop came to me and asked me my rates and I told them to them, they came back and said, we want to give you more. I realised that I'm not charging enough, so I will get better at it. But yeah, 2025 is hopefully going to be the year of doing more things like that, reaching out to more brands that I already use and have worked with, to see if there's some form of partnership there that I'll do more of that. But yeah, it's been a good year. Again, that could be a really great side income for me, and to to get strong in figuring out what my worth is with that. I always struggle. It's so funny, I say things and then I forgot that I said them. Yeah, but I think figuring out your worth comes with experience and doing these projects. And you know, like the next one I do, I'll charge a bit more and I'll see if like how that works. And I'm starting to see like how much work goes into doing these things. Yeah, charge your worth with how much do you charge. And a lot of people message me and say, Emily, how much would you charge? I'm like, I don't know, I've never been paid. Figuring out what I'm worth, not just accepting a freebie. Freebies are wonderful, like they are great, but if a brand wants you to create content for them because they know you're valuable. Yeah, I want to figure that out in 2024. I don't really know what that means, but it would be great if I could have worked with some brands and felt kind of in charge of that. So there we go. Those were my goals for 2024. I think I ticked off a lot of them. There's a few things that I'm taking into the next year, but overall, I think that was a pretty good year. So in last year's video, you might remember that I added a new little segment to these videos, and that was to highlight some of the great things that happened. It was a really fun little thing that I added, and although I haven't watched back the one from last year, it'll be interesting to see, like those are quite fun to look back on. So I thought I'd do it again here for you. Loads of amazing things happened this year, but here are a few highlights. The first was that we rescued a dog. I know this isn't business related, but he is very much a part of this. Like if you watch my studio vlogs, we rescued Alfie in late February, early March. He was sadly very abused, little French bulldog. He's about 6 years old, but he is thriving now, and that was such it was a joy. Like, so I love him so much. He's my little babe. It was nearly been a year since we did that. Another big thing that I did this year was I really decided what the future of Emily Harvey Art is, and I feel like I really simplified what my offering was in my shop. I phased out characters in my shop, which I think some people weren't happy about. I think some people loved the characters and me drawing characters. But I found when looking at my numbers, they were the lowest selling products, and I found that my brand was starting to be a bit disjointed. So I really love the fairy tale aspect and creating products that are inspired by my love for fairy tales. It's what the plaque was, and all of my kind of stationery, the lilac and gold, all of my pins, it's all very it's all cohesive. And I love that about what I do. You don't have to do things in every single colour and appeal to every person. I make lilac and gold things and it doesn't appeal to everybody, but some people, my people, get it. And seeing that that's not a bad thing and like pushing into it more, I found that doing the characters, it was like I was running two different businesses. I was doing like the character stuff that was appealing to younger children, and then I was doing the kind of lilac and gold that was appealing to who I wanted it to appeal to. So I stripped away characters. You'll find that on my website I don't sell character stuff anymore, and if I do, it's probably on sale because I'm trying to get rid of it. And I'm going forward with this just kind of fairy tale lilac gold brand, and it's what I enjoy doing, it's what I am passionate about, and it's a highlight of my year that I made this huge decision, and I didn't make it this grand like ta-da, this is what the new brand's going to be. I think I've gradually done it, but I'm just really proud that I've gone with something that might not appeal to everybody, but it makes me happy, and I'm really excited for the future with this kind of design style going forward. Like I said earlier, I've done so many events this year, not only my own, but I've been to markets and planner events, and I've had my table at loads of different places. I've done book launches and all sorts. It's just been so fab this year for events. Not only did I do my plaque Kickstarter, I also did a collaboration Kickstarter in November. This was a surprise one. We didn't know we were going to do a Kickstarter until 2 days before it launched, and it only launched for 48 hours. But I teamed up with Gemma from Birdsy Bella's Hair. We did the candle collection the year before, and we wanted to do another candle. So that Kickstarter is ongoing right now. We've had a little break for Christmas, but the candles will be in production and will be sent out soon. But yeah, I actually did 2 Kickstarters this year, both fully funded and smashed their targets, so that was really good. I also did another collaboration this year, but on the last video, like the one we've just looked back on, wasn't even a thing. But not long after I filmed that, I got a message from Fee, who owns Creative Stationery London. She's a mum to, well, she's a mum to now 4, but she was a mum to 3, and she popped me a message and said, I'd love to pitch to you an idea that I have. And when I clicked on her Instagram, she'd been doing like lilac and gold Christmas things. It was just instant. I fell in love instantly. And I was like, yes, please. We jumped on a call and she pitched to me this idea of coming together to do a planner. And I got so excited. I got so excited. She also told me she was pregnant and that, you know, baby was due later in the year, but that she could still make it work. We met up in the summer and I can show you our gorgeous 2025 planner, mermaid planner with my drawings inside. Happened. It launched a few months ago. We sold 50 of them and I documented the whole thing. It has been a massive project this year. I went down a couple of weeks ago to help pack them all up, and I will be starting to use mine very, very soon. But this was a huge project this year and she's here. It's gorgeous. So yeah, I haven't talked about that yet because it was not in the goals for the year. I had no idea it was happening a year ago. Not only did it happen, but so many of you have one, so thank you so much. Another thing that I'm really proud of this year, which might seem weird, is that I got a part-time job. So this wasn't in the planning. I didn't necessarily need a part-time job. My mum offered me a job at her work as kind of like a personal assistant admin 1 day a week just to help her out, and I'd do anything to help my mum out at work. And it turned into, well, not only is it a great paying job, I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy going out to work and not having to think about this, because small business is hard. You think it's just lilac and loveliness. It is all consuming. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it. I'm sending emails in the middle of the night. It's non-stop. So for 1 day a week, knowing that I'm being paid to just go in, get the job done, and even just getting paid for 1 day a week takes so much pressure off this business. So I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I'm proud of like not being ashamed of it either. Like, it's fine. It's absolutely fine to say that this business has had a dip in its revenue. I've had to make up for it. Now, the dip in revenue, I have kind of made it happen in that I've stopped doing goodie boxes. So on Patreon, I used to send out goodie boxes and I used to have 60, 70 people every month pay £15 a month. Now, when I close that down, you can probably grab a calculator to see that my income has gone down by quite a bit. So I just needed to top that up a little bit, and I have got other things which I'll chat about in the next section that will hopefully really help it top up. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing that this year. And then the final thing that I'm proud of, for the first time ever, I was able to pay myself a proper wage from this job, from this business. I was able to pay myself the most I've ever been paid in a job. My goal was to always get to the point where I could take Luca to school and pick him up and earn 30 grand a year. Now, for some people, 30 grand is not a lot of money. Depends where you are in the world. Depends on everybody's circumstances. 30 grand is different for everybody. For me, living in Manchester, that is the dream wage for me. It means I can just live my life, do all the things I want to do. And I paid myself that this year from this business. And I am so proud that this business earns enough that I can do that. It's also meant I can go on holidays, which again was another goal of mine. To earn 30 grand a year and to go on a couple of holidays a year, that to me is rich. And I went on 3 holidays this year. I went to Spain in Easter with my mother-in-law. I then went to the Canary Islands in August, like I showed you in the pictures, and I've just come back from Florida. I went to Florida with my mum, and I just got back from that trip just feeling like so lucky that I get to do this. So yeah, It's been a really, really good year, and those were just some of the amazing highlights. So let's get into some goals for 2025. The first thing on my list is Pinchanted. Now, I haven't spoken to you about Pinchanted, but I'm hoping by the time you're watching the next video, you will be sick to death of hearing about it. Pinchanted is launching in a couple of days' time for me. This is my brand new monthly pin club designed to empower people. So every month a brand new pin will come out. It will hopefully make you feel all wonderful and lovely. Yeah, this is my new venture. This is what's going to replace, like I say, this kind of hole in my income. I'm hoping this replaces it. It's the thing I think I'm meant to do, but it hasn't launched yet. So by the time you're watching this, Emily, at the end of 2025, all 12 pins for the year will have been released. I hope it has been a huge success for you. Right now, you are so uncertain and you're trying not to get your hopes high. You've got 50 pins coming out in January and you're really hoping that all 50 sell. But again, you're trying not to get your hopes up. I hope by the time you watch this at the end of 2025, I hope that every month has been a sellout. I hope if you're still releasing 50 pins on the first of each month, I hope all 50 go. That would be pretty incredible. And I really hope that's happened for you. My next goal is I really want to improve, I want to focus less on making new stuff and to really just improve what I currently have. So I think with my pins especially, those are kind of evergreen products. I can keep them in my shop forever. They look beautiful together. But I think some of my older pins, I've kind of neglected how I promote them and things. All the photography on my website is all really old, so I want to kind of bring it all up to scratch. I'm going to invest in some product photography. I've already looked into outsourcing and getting some lovely pictures done. I'm also going to look into user generated content to get some beautiful pictures taken. I'm not one of those that's like, right, I'm going to release 4 collections next year and it's all going to be new. I almost don't like that. I want to just have products that are always there and just improve the quality and just all aspects in my shop. Just get it to the best level it can be instead of constantly pumping out new. I do have some plans for some new things this year, and I certainly want to do a Kickstarter again this year. Actually, I haven't actually put this in my goals, but I'm going to put it out there because it will be interesting to see next year. But I am heavily inspired by these books from Disney. These sort of big A4, really detailed, beautiful books with the gold. I'm not telling you what my plans are because I don't know what my plans are, but by the time this next video, like you're watching this next year, Emily, pause this now and hold up something that is inspired by this, please, because it's been on your goals list for a while. And 2025 is the year we're going to make it happen. So my next goal here is take Pinterest seriously. I am getting like 150,000 monthly views on Pinterest, and that's literally because I've linked it to my Instagram. But that is 150,000 people are seeing my posts and I don't do anything with it. I don't link it to anywhere, and I just feel like I'm missing such an amazing opportunity here. So 2025 is the year we take Pinterest seriously. We've had guest speakers on Patreon. We can go back and watch those videos, but I'm hoping by the time you're watching this at the end of 2025, not only I feel like I want Pinterest not to be this kind of cross my fingers and hope it works out. I want to feel like I've got a handle on it and I understand how Pinterest works and I'm driving traffic and it's going to the right places and I'm using it properly. That is my hope for 2025. The next goal I have is set monthly tasks and stick to it. Consistency is my word for 2025, and I really want to spend the start of the month and the end of the month, around that time, planning out what I'm going to do in that month. Content-wise, admin-wise, just having a plan instead of just every day waking up being like, right, what's the plan this week? What are we doing this week? I need to have a strategy. And also in terms of bookkeeping, instead of stressing at the end of every year, I want to be doing it every month. So every month having a plan. So by the time you're watching this, Emily, I really hope you stuck to that. I'll be really cross at you if you haven't stuck to that. I also want to improve the money situation next year. So money is coming into this business, that's fine. The problem is my cash flow is a nightmare because again, I have no plans. And also I don't utilize like pots of money for my tax and for profit and stuff. Money just comes in and I don't really have a plan with it. So I really want to improve on that in 2025. I'm taking this from last year, but I want to improve my wholesale. So very similar to what I was saying. I have it great with the Lost Cauldron, so I know that it works. I need to improve my photography on there, like I said before. All the pictures are old, so improve that. And also like go to these shops that I'm in and make content to show other shops how it looks. Does that make sense? And like I said last year, I need to send things out to the shops that I want to be in. I haven't done that yet, and I think that could be really great to do this year. So by the time you're watching this, I have no goal for like set amount of shops I want to be in, but I want to have come out of shops that are no longer like serving me and that are costing me loads of money to be in, and I want to be in more shops where they're just buying stock from me. That is the goal for me. Another one taken from last year is more consistent on YouTube. This is a big one for me. All those amazing events I went to last year, I didn't document any of them, and that's because outside of this room I don't like to film. I get really self-conscious, but I'm going to try and step out my comfort zone in 2025, whether that means buying like a smaller camera, you know, like you can get the little ones now, so it feels less like I'm holding a big camera when I go to events. That might be the way to do it, but I'm hoping by the time you're watching this, Emily, you've been to lots of events this year and you've filmed all of them, and you've been consistent on YouTube, whether that's one video a month, it doesn't matter, just be consistent with it. I wasn't going to set any numbers this year only because I find that to me setting a numbers goal is not a goal really, because you can't control it. Like I could tell you that I want to hit 50,000 followers on Instagram, but I have no control whether I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to set any goals like that. I don't know where I was at numbers wise a year ago. All I know, I've gained about 10,000 followers on Instagram this year. And that's purely down to posting like really nice, lovely content. Like I really try and put everything into Instagram to make really shareable, nice content. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm going to do more on YouTube and also TikTok, but I feel like TikTok needs to be more just off the cuff filming. I'm a bit scared to do it, but I'm gonna hopefully give it a try. In terms of like shop sales and things, I don't have a set number. Like I say, this year I hit 150 sales. I just want to be growing. So as long as I'm not going down, I will share in a minute. You'll watch this next year. I'll share what number I hit. I just hope it's either the same or growing. I can't ask for any more than that. So yeah, so those are my goals for 2025. I don't have any crazy plans or anything like crazy. I have some long-term goals that I've really started to be thinking about. One of them is to one day build a lovely office in the garden. You know, one of those like garden rooms you can build. I'm in no way able to do that yet. So I'm hoping, but by the time we get to next year, I'm just a little bit closer to that, you know, and I'll give you an update on where I'm at with it. I could be sat in it. I can't imagine I would be. It'd take a lottery win to do it, but you never know. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being here for another year of me doing this. It's been fab. I am going to be back in a couple of days with a brand new studio vlog for the launch of Pinchanted. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to see the new pin that's coming. Please join me next year. I'll document as much as I possibly can. And I will see you soon for a brand new video. If you have any goals you want to share, please do put them in the comments below. If you hit your goals this year, let me know. Let me know what you're proud of what you've done in 2024. If you want to join us over on Patreon, we are doing accountability calls. So if you need someone to hold you accountable on all your goals, we do that on Patreon. We have like 50 people come on a Zoom call and we all chat and share and cheer each other on. It's just incredible. I will see you all soon for another video. Bye guys.